Hi. Starting with the first question, it says, what do you like about yourself? There's a lot of things that I like about myself, but the main thing that I really, really like about myself is that I am my true, authentic self, regardless of where I'm at, who I'm with, what situation I am in. I'm always my true, authentic self. And adding on to that, with being outgoing, with not being scared to speak my opinion. Those are things that I really, really like about myself. Another thing that I really like about myself is that I feel like I give off a comforting aura, energy in some type of way in that format. And what I mean by that is that I can spark up a conversation with anybody and I can make them not feel uncomfortable with the fact that I am a stranger. And that's something that I really, really like about myself. Another thing that I like about myself is that I am a forgiving person. And although it may be bad that I forgive people most of the time, I feel like since I don't hold grudges against people, regardless of how bad someone may have done something to me. I might not get over it right now, but I'll forgive you depending on the situation. But most of the time I won't really feel in a type of way. I kinda would just forgive but not forget. With the second question, it says what things can you improve on yourself at this time? I feel like there's a lot of things I can improve on myself, but a big thing that always comes into mind, and this is a consistent thing that I am working on as right now, would definitely be pleasing people. I feel like I am a people pleaser and I tend to think about how people feel rather than myself. And that's a bad thing. I need to stop thinking that people care about me when they don't, I guess. And going on, adding on to people pleasing when it comes to for example, be like, oh, we'll do this for you, or not even for them, but oh, they'll for example, my friends, oh, they'll come out if we do this, rather than for what I want to do, it's for what they want to do. Um, another thing that I can prove myself is definitely my perception on others, and what I mean by that is I feel like people take something online and they think that you're that type of person. So basically perceiving myself online than in person. I I I I hate the fact that people compare me from those things. It's just it's so dumb. Thinking it's for example reality TV in real life, people aren't gonna act like how they act in reality TV. And so I don't want people thinking I'm this type of person online when in real life I'm not that person at all. So that's something that I want to improve on myself, and then definitely, yeah, those are things I want to improve on myself. And then the third question says, define your purpose at this time in your life. I feel like my purpose in life would definitely be being that person that another person doesn't have when it comes to friends, when it comes to family, or even in a relationship. I feel like that defines my purpose in life. And if people accept that and they feel like that, then that definitely makes me feel successful in my life. And with adding on to that, with being that someone for another person, I do want to further my career in psychology, but I do want it to be with special needs. And so being there for special needs students when they don't have that type of person is, I feel like that's my purpose in life. but also listening to people, like I feel like me, I'm a person who listens and analysis and I analyze the situation and I say my opinion, take it or leave it. And I feel like a lot of people they take my opinion and they go with it. So I mean, I feel like for the main part that is my purpose in life, but also to keep living as well. That's like another purpose in this time in my life. I feel like, and it should be for everybody. I mean, we don't, we might be reincarnated, but I think everyone's purpose in life is just to keep living and keep pushing whatever you're going through. And then with the fourth question, it says, "Are you surrounding yourself with people who accept you who you are and uplift you?" And to answer that question, yes, yes, yes. I feel like where I am in life right now, I definitely am surrounded with my friends for the most part, and I consider them not just my friends, but my family. And they're definitely people who uplift me in situations where I'm sad, in situations where I'm mad, and in situations where I'm happy. I feel like they mm, make me realize, like, like what you're going through in life is only temporary, and that whoever did you wrong, it's more of learning to accept it and move on. And yeah, I mean, I, that's just a quote my friend told me. I'm just kind of like rephrasing it, but I definitely feel like I'm surrounding myself with people who accept me for who I am. Especially like I feel like growing up in households, it's hard for people to express themselves and to be accepted, when it comes to especially like in the LGBTQ plus community. I feel like it's hard for a lot of individuals to be accepted from their families. And like I could definitely relate to that. And then surrounding yourself with people who uplift you as such a, like for example as your friends, it's definitely something that makes you feel good and makes you feel like okay, like I'm doing something right in my life. So I love this question. It's definitely something that I needed to talk about and express about, so I love it. With the fifth question, it says, "What does an authentic day in my life look like?" Well, I'm a very simple person, so like I'm not very like I don't really have like a busy life, I guess. Like I just kind of do the usual stuff, but authentic day will basically be me waking up, getting ready, showering, do all my stuff in the morning, and then say if I have work in school, for example, like today, I go to work. I'm not a very morning person, so I hate waking up early. I actually hate it. I don't like waking up early in the morning when I have work. I just don't like it. But I go to work and I kind of just have to like force myself to wake up and be like, okay, like you're at your job right now, Leo, like do your job. So then like my authentic self just kind of turns on, like it's kind of like I don't know, like it just I mean like I feel like I'm always myself, but my authentic self, but like when I have to wake up early, I definitely need that little like okay, wake up Leo. And then I do my tours, talk to a bunch of the students about college, make them feel happy, and then I go to the office and I'm surrounded by people, my coworkers and managers and workers who all accept me and love me. So I like just talking to them, whatever the reason is, and then I go home. I'm doing homework right now and kind of just, express my thoughts and opinions and everything like that, do my homework and like on games and talk to my friends, and that kind of sums it up. Like it's pretty simple. It's not very so like that's just kind of like a authentic day of my life. And then with the sixth question, basically with it saying Eric and Erickson's put forth the concept of stages of psychological development. Um, college, our students, college students fell into five. Identi- identi- Identity versus, oh, role confusion. Sorry, I cannot see. Adolescence, 12 through 18 years, and then intimacy versus isolation, young adulthood, 18 through 40 years. And then it says, which of those concepts do you fall in with the opinion of yourself? And then explain why you chose the concept. This is literally perfect. So I feel like I fall into identity versus role and confusion. And the reason why I feel like I fall into it is because I read it, obviously, I learned about this stuff already in psychology and psychobiology and research methods in lab. But with the part of it, with just being self exploration and my personal identity, I feel like right now I am on that journey of self exploration and finding who I want to be in life. Not even just my career, but with myself. And I really think I fall into that. And then when looking at like the success and failure, it could lead to clear and confident sense of authority, identity, purpose, and direction. And I feel like those are things that I need in my life right now. Especially like after everything that's happened in my life, I feel like these are things that I need to focus on so I can be who I really, really want to be. Like, of course, I'm happy with who I am right now, but I want to be a better version of myself. So, those are things that I really, really relate to. And this is the reason why I chose identity versus role confusion because it just relates more to me compared to, intimacy versus isolation. It talks more about forming relationships and like emotional connections, which I agree with, but like I lean more towards, self development and working on yourself. And that's kind of much everything. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video and have a great day.